Okay, now after creating, if you think that you don't want that shortcut on the desktop, so you can easily delete that shortcut. One method is just click and hold on that icon. Click and hold your left mouse button and move your mouse. That means this is called a dragging. Click and hold the left mouse button on the icon, that is shortcut icon, and move your mouse, that is drag your mouse and put it into the recycle bin. Recycle bin will be on the desktop. Just put it in the recycle bin. Now that shortcut, yes. That you can take back, you can restore. So that shortcut is now deleted. Now it is not permanently deleted. It is temporarily stored in a folder. That folder name is called recycle bin. When you open this recycle bin, you can see the deleted files. Okay, if you want to take it back, just click on that and click the restore button on the menu or right click. Now you will see a restore option. Select that restore option. Okay, that is restored. So if you right click from the recycle bin and select this delete option, now that is permanently deleted from your computer. After that, you will not get it back from your computer. From the recycle bin, if you delete, it will be permanently deleted. Okay, another method is, one method is just drag and drop it into the recycle bin. Another method is just click on that icon and press delete key on your keyboard. You look onto your keyboard, one delete key you can see DEL or DLETE. Some keyboard, it will be first 3 letters. And that also will go to recycle bin. Now I press my keyboard's delete key. Now it is in the recycle bin. You can see the icon in the recycle bin. You can see, okay, restoring it back. But when you are deleting, if you press and hold the shift key, then it will be permanently deleted. It will not move to the recycle bin. Okay. So here one more shortcut I created. So this I am deleting using shift delete. I am pressing the shift key on my keyboard. Without releasing the shift key, I am pressing the delete key button. I will be getting a dialog box. That means it is going to permanently remove this shortcut. When I click yes, that shortcut is permanently removed. It is not taken to the recycle bin. When we open recycle bin, you can see nothing is there. Okay, if you don't want to move to recycle bin, permanently want to delete, then you press and hold shift key and press delete key. Okay, that is second method. Then another method is the right click on that icon, then select delete option. This also will move to the recycle bin. Select the delete option. Now you can see it is in the recycle bin. When I am opening the recycle bin, you can see it is in the recycle bin. Okay, from here you can restore or you can delete. It is very useful because if you accidentally delete some files, you can take it back. Okay, if you use shift and delete, it will not be able to take it back or restore it back. Okay, these are some methods to delete a shortcut. This method is also used for deleting a folder or file. Okay. The next section is changing the size of the icons. So the pictures, that is small pictures, you can see that represent a file or a folder. So we call it as icons. So you can make the view, that is the size of that visibility, big or small. For that, easy method is press and hold control key on your keyboard, then scroll the scroll button on the mouse. Now I am scrolling upward, holding down the control key, I am scrolling upward. Now you can see the icon is the biggest in size. Now I am keeping the control key pressed, then I am scrolling the scroll button downward. You can see that icon is becoming smaller and smaller. It is small. This is the smallest size. Okay, so average size which is visible for you It is easy for you. You can set. Press and hold control key and scroll your mouse wheel. Okay. This you can also see when you right click on your free blank area on your desktop, and you right click on the blank area. You can see here view. Three options are the large icon. This is the large icon. Yes. Recycle bin you cannot delete from here. You can hide it because it is a folder, system folder. Okay, you can hide it just like on the properties. You can display or hide that icon. This is Windows, but in Windows this is Windows 10. But in Windows 7, when you right click, there itself it will be showing. In Windows 10, it is in the theme option. Okay, in the display. Okay, when you right click here, here you can see that is taskbar properties. You will see the taskbar property. In the taskbar property, there are options to hide this my PC, that is my computer. Yes. And this computer is 10. That is why I am not able to display that option. In Windows 7, you right click on any blank area, then take properties. Just right click and take properties, click the themes. In the themes on the right hand side you can see desktop icon settings. Okay, this now the small dialog box you are seeing is same for Windows 7. Okay, here you can check which are the icons that you want on the desktop. When I tick my computer will be visible. When I tick recycle bin also will be visible. This control panel will not be in Windows 7. Okay, this control panel is for Windows 10. Yes. Now some system folders are there that computer will prevent you from deleting because it is needed for that Windows operating system. If you delete such files, next time computer will not start properly. Okay, some folders are required for your operating system, that is Windows, to start. If you delete such folders or files, next time Windows will not be starting properly. Okay, that is why it is preventing that delete option. Yes. In your textbook it is Windows 7. Okay, Windows 7 is in your textbook. That option is in your textbook. That is Windows Basic. Which way you go, which operating system you use, no problem. You just right click on the blank area on the desktop. There you will see display settings or personalize. Take that options. Inside that you will see that Windows 10 it is theme. Windows 7 it is directly displaying that properties. Windows 7 it will directly open this dialog box. In this you can check it. Okay. So this is regarding view of icon. You can maximize the view or you can minimize the view using control key and scroll wheel on your mouse. Okay, next section is regarding files and folders. What is files? What is folders? So file is any information or data that we store in a computer. Whatever you store in a computer will be in a form of files. Then where we are storing this information, that place is given a name. That name is called as folder or folder name. Folder is the place where file is stored. File is a collection of data or information that we store in a computer. In simple words, that is an explanation about file and folder. File is the data or information or whatever we are storing in our computer. Then folder is a place or room where we are keeping this file. Okay, when I am opening this my PC, that is my computer, In my computer you can see so many folders. Here 3D objects, music, desktop, pictures, documents, videos, downloads, all these are folders. These folders are inside any one of this drive, that is C drive, D drive, E drive, F drive, then CD drive. Now CD in my computer now, that is why it is displayed as blank. So this desktop, this is a folder in C drive. When I open my C drive, this is a disk in my computer. In that another folder is the users. When you open this users, all the users in this computer will be displayed. So this is the user now I am using. Here you can see this folder. This is the folder. When I open this folder, you can see the content of the desktop. Okay. So all these are folders. All these folders are created in any one of the drive. Drive is a computer hard disk. So that we learned in the first chapter. Hard disk. Okay. So now you got an idea what is folder and file. Now just you can see what is in your textbook. So what is mentioning in your textbook? You can see it now. Those who are not having textbook, you can look onto the screen. Those who are having textbook can look onto your textbook. Okay, files and folders. A file is a collection of related data and information. A file has two important features. First, it has a name so that we can identify it from other files. All data we are keeping in one computer will be stored in a file. That file we will be giving a name. Okay, second, it has a place to live like a home address. However, in the case of file, the address is in the form of a chain of folders. That is, in computer, the place for keeping file is a folder. And when you save your work on the computer, you store it as a file. Files are stored in folders. A folder is a place that stores files and folders. A folder can store another folder or it can store a file. Okay. A folder within a folder is called subfolder. When we create a folder within another folder, that folder is called subfolder. So a folder is used to organize related files so that we can easily find them. So we will create so many folders. Then in that separate folder, we will be keeping our separate files. So if we are making so many pictures, that so many pictures we will be keeping in a folder called picture. So next time if we want to open a picture file, we can directly open that pictures folder. For that, for managing files, we are using folders. Yes. Now in a folder, you can make a folder, only one folder with the same name. Similarly, only one file with the same name. If you create another, if you try to create another name, it will tell you already that name is existing. In one folder, you have to use unique file name for each file and each folder. Okay, you can add a number if you want. If you want the same name, you can add number 1, 2, 3 like that, end of that file name. So picture 1, picture 2, picture 3, picture 4 like that. But you cannot make two files with the picture name in the same folder. In separate folder you can make. Okay. Okay, now creating a new file. Then whenever we are making a new files in any program, if you start MS Paint or MS Word, here I am opening MS Word program. Just clicking that MS Word program, we will be opening MS Word. Then whichever application you are using, that is not a matter. When you are clicking the save button, this save button, or click the Microsoft Office button and click save. Now you are going to save this information to your computer. Okay. So in this file nothing is there, so I am typing some text. So here I am typing ABCD. ABCD. Now I am saving this file. When I am saving this file, this computer will be asking for the file name of this file. Here you can see file name. What is the file name you want to give? So here I am giving ABCD. Okay. Then where you want to save this file? Here this PC document, that is my computer document. You can select any drive. Here on the left pane you can see all the drives, C drive, D drive, E drive. Now the selected, yes? Okay, here now I am going to select my documents folder. This is my document folder. I am giving the file name ABCD, then I am clicking save. Okay, now one file is created that you can see in that my documents folder. I am minimizing these two. Then I am opening my document folder. So this is documents folder. When I open this document folder, you can see one file is there, ABCD. So this is the file I created. Okay, when I opening this, you can see that file. Okay, you can see the screen, yes or no? Can you see the screen? Okay. Okay, that is mentioning here. Okay, that is mentioning here. Creating a new file. A file name consists of two parts. That is the name of the file and the extension. That means extension means after the name, computer will automatically add a 3-character text. It can, for MS Word file, it will be adding DOC. Now the file name I give in the sample is ABCD. But when I am saving, yes? When I am saving with that ABCD name, creating a file, when we are creating a file, that file will, here no problem, maybe some technical issues. Okay. When we are creating a file, that name, along with that name, computer will automatically add 3 characters. That 3 characters is called as extension. Okay, looking onto that 3 characters, computer will know in which program that file need to open. If you are saving a Word file, it will add .doc. And when the computer sees that .doc extension, it will open that file in MS Word. If you create a file in MS Paint and give the name, all of you are having that problem, voice breaking. So those who are having that voice, if you have some problem, you check your network area, there may be some problem. Now all of you cannot see video. Anyone can see the video? Okay, those who are not having, not able to see the video, you do one thing, just end and start again. It may be some problem with your device or network. Okay, if anybody is not having that video, you're not able to see, or any audio problem is there, just end that meeting and start again, join again. So that is some technical issues in, okay, in your side. Okay, here no problem, I can see the output. Okay. Okay, when we are saving a file, that file name will have an extension also. Using that extension, computer will know in which application that file you created. Okay. Now one example is there. Let us take an example of creating a file using MS Word application. Open MS Word application. A MS Word window opens. Type some text. To save your work, click on Office button and then Save option. A Save dialog box opens. type a file name in the file name box, click on save. This create a new MS Word file. So this example I already shown you. I opened MS Word and typed ABCD and saved that in documents folder with file name ABCD. So that example is in your textbook also. Okay, that is how to create a file. Similarly, you can also create another way, but it will be blank file. Just right click where you want to create that file, then select new option. In the new option, you can see some list of applications. If you want to make a document file, just select Microsoft Office Word document. Now a Word document will be created and you can give the name for that. So I am giving TTTT. So nothing will be there because you have not typed anything in that. This is a blank Word document. This way also you can create a document. Another way, open that application and do something in that application and save that file. That also will create a file. Okay. Next is creating a new folder. How to create a new folder. Folder, all of you know, it is a place for keeping a file. So here on the desktop I am making a new folder. For that I am right clicking, then select new, then select folder. So this is a new folder. I am giving the name sample, SAMPLE, sample. So this is a folder. Okay. So if you want to open a folder or create a folder, what you have to do, just right click, then select new, then select folder. So new folder will be created. This is second folder. I am giving number 2. Okay, this is how you are creating a folder. Okay, creating a new folder. To create a folder called My Files on the desktop, perform the following steps. Go to the desktop screen, right click and click on new. A menu is displayed. Click on folder. A new folder is created on the desktop with the name new folder highlighted. Type My Files. Any name you can give. Here in this example it is My Files, and press enter key. A new folder called My File is displayed on the desktop screen. Here 2 folders I created. One is sample, the other one is 2. Now this is in desktop. If you want to create in some other drive, okay, this is how you are creating. If you want to create a subfolder, a folder within another folder, open one folder. Now I am opening sample folder. You can see that sample folder. Inside this folder, you right click and select new and create folder. Now this is a subfolder. So this I am typing A. Folder name I am giving A. This is A folder is a subfolder of sample folder. Okay. So when I open sample folder, inside that you can see another folder. This folder is called a subfolder. A folder within another folder is known as subfolder. Okay, next is renaming a file or a folder. So renaming is very easy. You just right click on that file name, whether it is on desktop or start menu, wherever, no problem. Just right click on that. If I want to rename this sample, just right click on that. Then you can see a rename option in that menu. Just click the rename option. Yes. Anyone is presenting? No, that is ended. Sometimes they may be accidentally clicked on that. Okay. Just right click, then select rename from that option. Then type the new name that you want. Okay. Just type the new name. So this I am giving new name. Now that sample folder became new name. Okay, this is how to rename a folder. If I want to rename this folder A, subfolder A, right click on that, then select rename from the pop-up menu, then type another name. Now I am typing B. Now that folder name is changed B. Okay, similarly this shortcut name I am going to change. Here one shortcut is there, Word document. For that I am right clicking. Pardon? Any problem? Okay, right click on that icon, then select rename. Now you can change the name. You can type MS Word. MS Word. Now that shortcut name changed MS Word. Okay, lengthy names you can shorten by rename. File also you can rename. So this is a file. Right click on that file, then from the pop-up menu select rename, then type your name, new name. Here I am typing sample. Now that TTT becomes sample. This way you can change the name. That is known as renaming files. So how to do this here? Right click on the file or folder you want to rename. A menu is displayed. Then click rename. The name is highlighted. That means it will change to editable mode. You can edit that name. Then type the new name and press enter key. When you select the rename, the text you can change. After typing the new name, press enter key or click outside anywhere on the blank area on the desktop or in that folder area. So this is how to rename a file or folder. The next is delete. Okay, next is deleting a file or folder. This we already discussed. 3 different methods. Click and drag and drop in the recycle bin. Then right click and select delete option or delete key on your keyboard. Or if you want to permanently delete without moving to recycle bin, press and hold shift key on your keyboard and press delete key. That will permanently remove. You cannot restore it. So this we already discussed. This. Have you any doubt? 3 different methods I explained. Okay. Then moving a file or folder. Suppose after creating a file in one folder, you want to move to another folder. Okay, moving is take from one location and keep on another location. For that, we have to cut from one place and copy to another place, cut and paste. So where is your file? That folder or that place you open. For example, this sample file I want to move to folder 2. So I have to cut it. Just right click on that folder or icon, then select cut option from the menu, cut option, then open the folder where you want to move it. Double click and open the folder, then right click there in the blank area, not on any icons. If any icons are there, don't click on any icon. Right click on the blank area. Now you will get this menu, then paste. So that file is removed from the desktop. Now you can see it is not in the desktop. Now it is moved to folder 2. Okay, folder 2. This is moving. Cut and paste is moving. If you want to make a copy, you have to use copy and paste. Suppose I want to make a copy of this sample file in both folder, new name and folder 2. In that case, now it is in folder 2. From here, I have to make a copy. For that, I have to right click on that file, then select copy. Instead of cut, you have to use copy. Copy and paste will make a duplicate copy. Cut and paste will move. Okay, that you have to know the difference. Now I am using copy option. After that, I am opening the maybe some network issues. Okay. In your area, some network issues may be there. So many issues are there. Okay. And now I am opening the new folder. Then I am right clicking then I am using paste option. Copy and paste will make a copy. Now you can see this is two folder. There are also one file named sample. Then this is another folder, new name. In this folder also one file is the sample. So that is copy. So that is how to do copy and paste, cut and paste. Copy paste will make a duplicate copy. Cut and paste will move. So that is mentioned here, moving a file or folder. So to move a file, first thing you have to double click and open that folder. Then select this is a school timetable is a sample file. Okay, right click on that file. In this case, right click school timetable. A menu is displayed. In that menu, select cut. Click on cut. Then double click on new school. That is where you want to move. That folder is, you have to double click and open. Then inside that, right click on any empty area. That is very important. Right click on any empty area. If you right click on any icon, another menu you will get. Okay, right click on empty area. A menu is displayed. Click on paste. Now that moving is over. So restoring deleted files or folders. Yes. That I told you already, that is some technical issues. Okay, you can see that video. Some students may have some issues in some areas. Okay, that may be your fault, your device, or some it may not be your problem. Okay, it may be some network problem. Okay. So last one is emptying the recycle bin. If you want to remove all the files from the recycle bin, one option is there. For example, I am opening this folder 2 and I am deleting this file. Right click, then delete. That will be moved to recycle bin. Okay. After that, I am opening this new folder. Then I am deleting this file also. Then delete. I am deleting this folder B also. Delete. Okay. Delete. Okay, now 2 files and 1 folder I deleted. Now when I open that recycle bin, I can see 1 folder with the B name, then sample. One sample I was deleted from desktop, this folder. Another sample I was deleted from this new name folder. So if I want to delete all these files permanently, just right click on that recycle bin and select empty recycle bin. When I select this empty recycle bin, whatever contents in recycle bin will be deleted. That is why it is asking to confirm, because I will not be able to take it back after clicking yes button. Are you sure you want to permanently delete these 3 items? That means it is permanent. When I click yes, the 3 items deleted. Now I cannot get it back. So this folder is not containing that. This folder is not containing that folder and files. Yes? Not clear. Tell me once again. Another app in recycle bin. നീ ഒന്ന് മലയാളത്തിൽ പറയോ? എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവുന്നില്ല. ഒന്ന് മലയാളത്തിൽ പറയോ? റീസൈക്കിൾ ബിൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇതിലുള്ള ഒരു ഫോൾഡറിന്റെ പേരാണ് റീസൈക്കിൾ ബിൻ. അതൊരു പേരിൽ ഇവിടെ ഒരു ഐക്കൺ വെച്ച് കാണിക്കുക എന്നേ ഉള്ളൂ. റീസൈക്കിൾ ബിന്ന് മാതിരിയുള്ള ആപ്പ് നമുക്ക് വേറെ പ്രോഗ്രാംസ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ കയറ്റാം. പക്ഷെ അതുകൊണ്ട് എന്താ കാര്യം? ഓൾറെഡി ഒന്നില്ലേ, അത് സിസ്റ്റം ലോഡ് ആവുകയല്ലേ ഉള്ളൂ, സിസ്റ്റം സ്ലോ ആവുകയുള്ളൂ അങ്ങനത്തെ സാധനങ്ങൾ കയറ്റിയാൽ. ഇല്ലാത്തതാണ് നമ്മൾ സാധാരണ കയറ്റുക. അതിപ്പോൾ ഓൾറെഡി ഉള്ള ഒരു സാധനം പിന്നെയും നമ്മൾ കയറ്റൂല. ഓക്കെ, ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റാണ്ടൊന്നുമില്ല. കാരണം ഇതൊരു പ്രോഗ്രാമാണ്. ആ ഫോൾഡറിലുള്ള ഫയൽസിനെ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിന് ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു പ്രോഗ്രാമാണ് ബാക്കിൽ റൺ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അത് ആർക്ക് വേണമെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടാക്കാം, ആർക്ക് വേണമെങ്കിലും ഇൻസ്റ്റാൾ ചെയ്യാം. ഓക്കെ, അത് പക്ഷെ ഉള്ളത് പിന്നെയും ആരും ഉണ്ടാക്കൂല. Okay, that much is in this second chapter. So now that exercise part is there. Now already time over. Okay, this exercise part you can just go through. So all are simple questions, true or false, fill in the blanks. So if you are not able to find out that answer, next class I will inform you which are the correct options. Okay, question answers I will send you in the WhatsApp group. You want to check this answer? Are you ready to spend 5 more minutes? Okay, then that we can complete now itself. Okay. The first one, notes I will send. After that I will send the note. Okay, first is true or false. When you move a folder, all its contents are also moved to new location. That is true or false. When you move a folder, that is true. Okay. Then second one, the taskbar buttons allow switching between the windows. That is not on the taskbar. You can see all the opened tasks. When you click on that button, that task will be active task. That is true. When I am clicking this task, for example this task, you can see all the tasks are opening. Okay, taskbar buttons are the applications that is running now, or the program that is already running in your computer. So that you can see on the taskbar. Okay, that is true. Then when you save your work on the computer, you make a file. That is true. Then you cannot restore deleted files in Windows 7. That is false. Shortcuts are used to access files quickly. That is true. Okay, so this all are true. Then next one more activity is the fill in the blanks with the correct words. A dash is a collection of related data and information. Data and information. Folder is a room or a place for keeping data and information. Yes, file is that. File is a collection of related data and information. Okay, data and information can be only stored in files. Folder is a place for keeping files. Then dash is a storage unit of files. Folder. Okay, folder is a storage unit or a storage place of files. Then third one, dash is a link to a file or a folder. What is that? Link shortcut. That is shortcut. Okay. And that is shortcut. Then deleted files are moved to recycle bin. Okay. A folder within a folder is called a subfolder. Okay. Then one more activity is there. So this is tick the correct answers. To change the name of a file or a folder, click rename. Okay. Click rename option. Then the keys are pressed together to switch between the windows. Alt plus tab. Hold down the window logo and press dash key to open Flip 3D. Hold down Windows logo and tab and alt Tab Alt is switch between windows. Then same thing in 3D, that is Flip 3D, you have to use Microsoft logo key and tab key, not Alt key, that is tab key. Okay, Alt tab for switching between standard, then 3D is Microsoft logo key and tab, that is Flip 3D. Then you can use Snap to arrange windows side by side. Okay, side by side.